What is up, guys? Today we got four more drafts to look at. On this one, you're going to see me draft a team that is not in the first half of the draft. Believe it or not, these players are starting to get a little stale. Every single darn player looks the same, even though the teams might look a little different. Always seeing the same group of players. It's getting old for me. It's got to be getting old for you, maybe. You're also going to see me grow up a little bit, I think, in one of these drafts here. It's the last one, so you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. Okay, let's jump into this first one. In this first one, we're in the fourth round on this team right here, drafted towards the end of the fourth round. We've got a three wide receiver start. We started with the third pick, went Tyreek Hill, came back with Waddle in the second, then Deebo Samuel in the third. So we got two Miami, one San Francisco to start with here. I had queued up Cooper and Kirk, Amari Cooper and Christian Kirk, the second and third highest based on ADP, second and third highest based on my rank. And reason why I queued them up in this order were number one, Amari Cooper on Cleveland. They play Miami in week 17. So this is the time to take him. He's also the top ranked wide receiver based on ADP on the board. And I figured he'd go by now since his ADP is, oh no, I mean his ADP is 46 basically, and this is pick 46. So I just maybe thought he'd go because I haven't seen him on my team that often. I think I do him on one other team. As when we look through these, I don't know about one of these teams, but that's one other team going on right now with Cooper also. So we're going to get Cooper on this one. We're going to hope, it's probably not going to happen, right? But we hope that Kirk comes back around. If Kirk doesn't come back around, we'd consider either Josh Jacobs in the fifth round or T. Higgins in the fifth round to make it a five wide receiver start. If Josh Jacobs and T. Higgins don't make it, I don't know what we'll do from there. We'll have to think about it. This is that little fifth round, end of the fourth, beginning of the fifth. Seems to be that sweet spot where all the tight ends go. We still have on the board Kincaid, Mark Andrews, and I imagine maybe one was taken right before. Or let's see, yeah, earlier in the Laporta went all the way in the fourth round in this one, which is crazy. He essentially never goes in the fourth round. What stinks is it went to the guy who has Jalen Hurts here in the third round, and I don't know. When I get Hurts, I think I'm trying to get Goddard because I don't think I'm taking Goddard otherwise most of the time. So I guess Laporta Goddard would be a nice 1-2 punch at a tight end. But he went way late. Then McBride also went the fourth. So this is the fourth round is, and then the beginning of the fifth is where a lot of the tight ends go. So we're going to go Cooper here. And then again, Kirk, Jacobs, Higgins. Most likely, this team is probably taking two wide receivers. This team could take one as well. And this team could take a running back. So most likely, all these guys are done, then gone, and then we need to reevaluate what the next steps are from here. I don't think I want to go tight end just because back around in I think the seventh round, fifth, 6-7 turn. Is that where that's where Kittle goes? Yeah, it's 72. So you get him at the end of the sixth a lot of times. I want to get Kittle to pair with Deebo Samuel, and if Kirk makes it back around, I might go Deebo Samuel, or sorry, George Kittle, Evan Ingram in the next two rounds if they make it to me. And so it'd be an interesting start to have three sweet stacks going. But anyways, we're going Cooper here, and we are happy about it. Okay, let's see if any of these guys make it. They're on the clock. Okay, next one. Speaking of Evan Ingram, he was just taken with the 76th pick, but hey, it's going to work out in this draft. We're going to end up with Xavier Worthy. So we risked it. We risked it in the sixth round when we decided to get Kenneth Walker as our consolation prize because Rashee Rice was one pick away from us. That was unfortunate. I would have loved to get Rice there just because it's fun to pick with Mahomes. That being said, that would be 5 wide receivers. And then if I got Xavier Worthy, that'd be 6 wide receivers through 7 rounds. So the Kenneth Walker pick is not a bad pick there in the 6th round. He could hit hardcore in this season potentially. He could have last season potentially as well if he stays healthy, and he could hit really well. He's pretty darn talented. So we're kind of playing this one as if he's an anchor running back, a tad right now at least, right? We're not going to draft one here in the 7th as far as another running back goes because we're going to take Worthy in the 8th round. That's when things start to maybe look like we could get another one. So I don't know if it's really an anchor. It's more just 0 RB more than anchor RB, right? Is what we're doing. So I rescind that. Maybe I don't want to go that hardcore on Kenneth Walker. But we got a lot of flexibility when it comes back around to us next time. We could take. We're not going to take a quarterback, but we could take a running back potentially. Probably not. Another wide receiver is always in the realm of possibility. If 101, there's probably not one that falls. So the nice thing is that we'll have 5 wide receivers before we hit this like past ADP of 100 where things get kind of ugly from a wide receiver perspective. And then we'll be able to hit on other positions and, sprinkle in a wide receiver if we want to. I could see, for example, if Jameson Williams falls to us to correlate with our Detroit, San Francisco, that would be nice. I'd like that. Also, what we really want actually is a Pittsburgh running back. If a Pittsburgh running back falls to us at 92, which is really possible. So we got 2 options. If a Pittsburgh running back falls to us, we're definitely taking it. If one doesn't fall to us, we're probably taking maybe Jameson Williams to build out more of our wide receivers, and then go from there. But we'll see what we're going to do. We're definitely going to Xavier Worthy here. Feel really good about getting our 5th wide receiver and correlating with Patrick Mahomes, so we don't got a naked Patrick Mahomes. Okay, drafted Xavier Worthy. On to the next one. Probably for the best that we didn't get Rashee Rice, maybe. But we'll find out at the end of the season, right? Okay, next one here. This is the draft where I said I didn't have I had a second half of the draft pick, and this one, I got the 8th pick. 8th pick is actually, I think, my most favorite pick in a way. My most favorite pick. Look at this actual. I think this is my favorite pick in a way because they're going to make the decision for you who you're going to take. I'm either taking a wide receiver, which he's kind of, look at that, he's at ADP 6.2. So you could even say he's a first half of the draft player, even though I'm getting here in the second half of the draft. But I like 8 because if I don't end up, the other teams choose who I'm going to get. If we just see who's drafted, right? And we all know this. But you can see that if I didn't get Jefferson, I'm probably getting Bijan or Breece Hall. I was expecting it to get Bijan or Breece Hall here, but instead of getting Jefferson, I got a lot of Jefferson in those sit and goes earlier on because, again, he was falling. I kind of said in one of them that I started to see him get drafted more often at the 6-7 as opposed to the 8, but my bad, he is still here at the 8. So we're going Jefferson, and we'll see what we do on the way back around. Okay. Last draft here of the day or the nights. In this one right here, I think people could say that I'm learning. I know some other people that if they heard that wouldn't believe me, but I think it's true here. Looking at this draft here, if we look at rank, so we're in the 9th round in this draft. We're in that running back 3rd. I I think I've done running backs the last two picks. Yeah, I started with a running back in the seventh, which is I think that's maybe just right before the running back third. I think Jalen Warren is the eighth round is the start of the running back third. Got Jalen Warren right there. Was kind of hoping Brooks might fall to me. Um, and then I was hoping that Bowers might fall to me. In the end, I think I got lucky that neither of them fell to me. I was also maybe thinking about Williams falling to me, Jameson Williams for a Detroit stack. But the reason that I think I got lucky here is that this team here has three QBs already through 8 rounds: Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. And because of that, quarterback's going to dry up here at some point in time. You can see that in this 9th round, after I pick out of the 5 hole, there's the team with 3 quarterbacks, and then there's only 2 other teams with 1 quarterback, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with no quarterbacks. So I got a feeling that quarterbacks are going to get pulled up here, and there's going to be some not great values. I was thinking that I might be able to get away with not taking Goff here, but Burrow and Purdy also went in the 8-9 turn basically, and then Jordan Love went right before me as well. And truthfully, even if those players hadn't went, maybe going with Jared Goff was still the right play here. I don't have him ranked as high, but this is around his ADP right here. I can't take really, I mean, I could take Jaden Daniels, but then it would give me 2 week 14 players. That wouldn't be fantastic. And Jared Goff is nice because I have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta on this team already. What's unfortunate is this is the team that I don't have paired up with any San Francisco players. I don't know how that happened when all the rest of my Detroit ones have some San Francisco players on it. This one doesn't. Maybe that'll be a good thing in week 17 if the game goes off and it's all Detroit, no San Francisco. That'd be nice. Improbable, but nice. But Detroit's supposed to be the top 3 or top 5 offense. So I think it's a good pick here. What I would have often done is because I have him at 131 as my rank, I would have been like, ooh, I shouldn't take him right now. I need to take that one of these other players, whether it's another wide receiver or what I probably would have said was I need another running back, another wide receiver I might have done, but I bet you probably would have been like, well, I need another running back like Trey Benson or Jameson Williams or something like that. I thought I saw oh, Spears I have all the way down here. Wow, okay. Or Spears as well. I thought, let's take a look. It's right there. So there's so many running backs still available, and I don't really care which one I get, to tell you the truth. I mean, maybe one of them is a little more preferred than another one for whatever reason. This team doesn't have any Chiefs on it, so Javonte Williams isn't super appealing. I do have Terry McLaurin on this team, so if I wanted to kind of correlate with Washington, I got Brian Robinson Jr. there. I don't remember who the New York Giants play. I think actually the New York Giants play Indianapolis in week 17. Let's see. Yeah, they play Indy, so this might be I don't like taking Devin Singletary though. It's just a boring pick. I like him in like an even more hardcore 0 RB build. On this one here, since it's not as hardcore, because I already got 2 running backs, I think I'll probably still pass on Devin Singletary, but he could still make it around again or something like that. Maybe I take him then, but I don't think I'm really taking too much Devin Singletary if one of these other guys are available instead. I'll just let the Anthony Richardson show run by himself, at least not with Devin Singletary. Find a passing piece instead, something like that. But because we want to make sure we get our quarterback before all the quarterbacks are off the board, we're definitely taking Jared Goff. The other nice thing here too is I feel like we have a really well-balanced team. Depending how these running backs break as we go through this, I could see us even trying to take a third quarterback late if there's just some random guy that falls or something like that. They probably won't, but if they do, it might be a fun pick also, just because I feel like we're so balanced already with everything we have. Okay, we're taking Jared Goff. We're feeling really good about it because we're locking in the two quarterbacks. We don't need a third one. If we do, it's totally a luxury pick um, based on someone else's maybe mistake or something like that. And then on the way back around, because we're in the hundreds here, and we're not going to probably dig the wide receivers for the most part, as far as like being picks that can impact our team like the other players. Um, yeah, because they're not going to impact our teams like the other players. We're probably we are going. We're running back probably the next round. I'd imagine. I can't think of anything that we take instead for the most part. The only player that I'm intrigued about at some point in time is Mitchell right here. I'm hoping that maybe at 125, grab just a little bit early. We'll have to look and see if we want to risk it all the way to 140 or not for a pick. But he'd be a nice pick for this build because we have so much safety at wide receiver, not a ton of safety at pick as well, but we have so much invested in wide receiver. We're hoping that they're going to carry us overall. At least that's the story we're telling here, right? If we got Mitchell giving us some spike weeks, along with Pickens giving us some spike weeks, along with McLaurin giving us some spike weeks, and then we got Olave and Amon-Ra being our safe guys at wide receiver, and then we got Laporta being our safe guy at tight end. We're looking really good on this one. So I feel really good about this pick. I feel good about locking in now. I don't think we're losing a whole lot of value by taking a running back right now. We might still get we could get any of these players, maybe as far as Spears or Javonte Williams or Trey Benson or Brian Robinson. They all might still be in play on the way back around. So we're going Jared Goff, feeling good about it. And last thing I'll say, just to show you that, this guy only has one. This guy's three running backs, two running backs, three running backs, three running backs, three running backs. This team only has two running backs, has only a QB, no tight ends. And he took Brian Robinson and Rashad White here. And so really none of these teams have any business taking another running back for the most part. They've invested so much already. Me not taking a running back also gives them an opportunity to hurt their team, while any running back will help my team. So it's really nice what we got going on here. Also, I'm in a really nice spot as I'm looking at this. Look at this. 2, 1, 2, 2. I mean, this guy here kind of has a hero RB thing going with Pollard, which is nice. This guy here's got two studs to start with McCaffrey and Achane in the 1-2. And this guy here only's got one running back in Jonathan Brooks. He might start the season. He might be injured to start the season. And he's got Brooks and Bowers and Worthy and Rice. Ugh. So he's got he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 picks in his first 9 rounds that are going to maybe start off slow. That's the type of thing that maybe you can't recover from. He does have Patrick Mahomes. Well, this is the team we're talking about that took Kelsey, then has Patrick Mahomes, then Hollywood Brown, then Rashee Rice, and then Xavier Worthy starting in the 3rd all the way to the 7th. So kind of jealous of him here as far as that goes. I don't think I do Brooks here. And I guess Bowers, he's got Bowers with Kelsey, so he should feel good about that one, actually. That is a nice combo there. But this whole Rice Worthy Brooks thing is fine. I just don't know about the Brooks. I don't think I would do it on this team, especially because he doesn't have any Tampa Bay, which is their 17th opponent. Okay, we've talked this one through way too much. Criticize other teams. How about you criticize my team? Start your criticizing with, "It is so awesome." And don't include the word "but" or "however" in your sentence. Okay, with that, we're picking Jared Goff, and we are out of here. Peace.